Yo, what's up, everybody? It's Wednesday, and it's time for 95X Cares, our community animal rescue effort brought to you by the Law Office of William Mattar, Invisible Fence, and the Roofing Guys. I'm Dixon, joined as always by Jenny. How are you this week?
I'm doing all right. How are you?
I can't complain. It's in the low 70s, high 60s, heading in November. What's to complain about?
I mean, a lot. It's supposed to be like snowing, but we can keep that between us.
I'll take this warm weather.
Right.
It can stay like this forever. I could do without. I could do
I
without the
know,
winter.
but I mean, seasonally, I like seasonally appropriate weather, but it looks like this weekend it might revisit that. So we'll see.
Fingers crossed.
On the other end, I gotcha.
I'm voting for at the very least 50s, right? Like I'm not ready to
Yeah,
put a jacket on.
I like it.
We
I'll
went
settle
from
there.
shorts to hoodies, or shorts to jackets, and hoodie time got lost in there somewhere. That's all I'm looking for.
Okay, I'll meet you there. That's fine by me.
All right. Well, let's talk about Riley because
Mm.
Riley is an amazing looking young dog, 5 months old, Shepherd boxer mix, biggest, brownest eyes I've ever seen in my entire life.
And it looks like some like big paws. So
Yeah,
that
he's going to
this
grow into
starts
those for sure.
I definitely think so. And this puppy just hasn't had any interest yet. And I'm a little bit dumbfounded as to why. I mean, I'm talking about a 5-month-old puppy who knows sit, who knows shake, who is crate trained, potty trained, will go to the door and cry to let you know that he needs to go outside, good with other dogs, good with kids. Like, what's going on? Like, why are you not in your forever home, especially as a puppy? Because we know that unfortunately those older dogs tend to get overlooked when there's a puppy in the midst. And here's the puppy who's still waiting. So, guys, what are we doing here, and why isn't Riley in his forever home?
He's just such a good looking dog. The eyebrow, right?
Right? It's so like distinct. Like I definitely see a lot of the shepherd in there, but there's some kind of characteristics that he looks like a bouncy guy to me, and that reminds me of like boxers are bouncy.
Oh,
So
very much so. You're talking about a dog with probably a 4 foot vertical leap,
yeah,
straight
yeah,
up, springs for legs.
they're like
Um,
little rabbits. They're fun.
yeah, and homie's gonna have some energy, so that big fenced in backyard or even a medium sized
Hmm.
fenced in backyard would be appropriate. At 5 months and with Boxer in him, plan on being active with Riley.
Yep.
Gonna
I
need
think that
that.
that's totally appropriate. And here's the other thing is we are talking about a dog who already is pretty well trained between like the sit, shake, potty trained, crate trained, etc. However, continuing with positive reinforcement training, and I say that one specifically because it teaches a dog to trust you, you can definitely work on things like a recall. Like both of those breeds are very loyal. And so they're going to quickly learn to like trust you. They're incredibly smart. So you can probably go and do some like dock diving and do like that barn sweep game that you can teach your dogs to do. If you get busy and you do a lot of these like positive reinforcement things with him, the better he is going to be, especially if you don't have that fenced in yard. So don't take us saying like it's better. It's definitely easier on the human, in my opinion, to have a fenced in yard or a really big property that you can work on that recall with. But if you don't have that, just plan on doing some extra training to make sure that he's learning to trust you and you him, and that you can say something like, "Hey, like, come on back if he gets off his leash, etc." And you're not going to have an issue.
Yeah, and both breeds very smart. And we should
So
mention
smart.
he's available via PowerFUL Paws. Our friend Aaron is the one that is taking care of getting Riley a forever home. Again, that's where I got Mr. Wiggles from. We've had some great success stories over the last couple of years with Aaron and PowerFUL Paws. So let's get Riley adopted as well. All the information will be up on the screen. And you really, we hear it all the time is like, oh, I want a puppy. I want a puppy. Well, here's a puppy. Go get the
Right,
puppy.
right. And I do know that there's like, so if you're you know, you see this and you end up in a race with somebody else or Riley, and let's say that they win. I do know that other organizations are flooded with puppies right now, especially Humane CNY. I believe I saw that they have two left over. So puppies are out there, guys, and they're waiting for them to like go home so that they have more spaces for other dogs to take in. Because as we know, there's always a huge influx of these dogs trying to get into shelters that are currently strays. So, you know, help the community by taking these puppies and creating some space.
Very cool. Once again, PowerFUL Paws is where you'll find Riley. The information will pop up on the screen. And next week, we are not going to present an adoptable pet because I'm going on vacation. So we're going to have an episode of 95X Cares, but we're going to give you sort of a rundown of some things that are happening around Thanksgiving and remind everybody about what is okay and not okay to give your pets from the Thanksgiving table. So, Jenny, we will see you next week with some tips on Thanksgiving. Thank you for bringing Riley to our attention. Fingers crossed he gets a home very, very soon.
Absolutely. And happy Halloween, everybody.
Happy Halloween. It's 95X Cares, our community animal rescue effort brought to you by the Law Office of William Mattar, Invisible Fence, and the Roofing Guys, helping the community every single time, along with 95X.